Hello and welcome. In Tanzania, more than 1,000 people have been killed from days of unrest in the country following a disputed election. Today, President Hassan was declared the winner with 98% of the votes in the elections on Wednesday. Welcome to 90 Minutes Africa. My name is Rudolph Okonkwo. My co-host, Chido Onoma, is on assignment. Today on our show, we have a very distinguished political analyst who you've seen, I'm sure, on Voice of the People, TV, and radio. His name is Dr. Peter Anosike. He's going to join us to analyze the state of Africa and the world and to discuss his book. He has a new book. It's called Abuse of Power: How Democracy Turned into a Tyranny of the Few. So let's welcome to the show, Dr. Peter Anosike. Dr. Anosike, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Nigerian time.
Yes, thank you so much. Today we are starting early because last night we did the magic we do in America, which is to change the time. We moved it back. So this is a new time for people in the United States. But we are sure that people will join us very soon and be part of this conversation. Thank you for making time to join us.
Thank you so much.
All right. So let me start with things in the news, and that's how we typically start the show. And the first thing is what's going on in Tanzania. We're hearing the news that over 1,000 people, some are saying up to 3,000 people, have been killed in unrest following the election that happened there on Wednesday. So, what do you follow what's going on in Tanzania? What do you make of the outcome of that election?
Well, it was not a democracy because the challengers were disqualified. Those who the incumbent felt will give when they bring tough challenge were disqualified before the election.
Okay. Yeah, I know they were disqualified, but is that what should now lead to this violence where over 1,000 people were killed?
The reason because the election wasn't free and fair. In a democracy, we say that power belongs to the people, but this wasn't what happened in Tanzania.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But this is then most people are surprised because Tanzania, they don't have this history of political violence the way things are turning out in the country. Do you think it's something else going on that is something beyond just the outcome of the election or the banning of opponents of the president?
All over the world, there's what is known as incumbency bias. And if you take, since after the COVID, no incumbent has been re-elected unless the election process was manipulated. So there's now a lot of awareness everywhere in the world. So people are now asking questions. So it is this awareness that is making people to start saying, no, we cannot continue with this style anymore.
Okay, so now when you look at what's going on in Tanzania, and we know that a few weeks ago, I think 3 weeks ago in Madagascar, there was also a protest that led to a military takeover of the country. What does that say to you as someone who lives in Nigeria and you are monitoring what's going on in Nigeria, the political system in Nigeria?
Well, apprehension, and mind you, in neighboring Cameroon, there was also a protest because somebody who had been in office for more than 4 decades was again re-elected, unquote. So there was protest there. So there is a wind of change everywhere. but some six-site presidents are not allowing it to happen.
So looking at President Hassan and the figures that they announced today, 98% of the votes. Not even in North Korea do they give the supreme leader 98%. How did that happen? And being that she's a woman, running the country, what do you make of that?
Well, that is pure state capture. Even it was in the 80s that incumbents were getting a 93% result, not in this modern time. So that showed you that there was no election in Tanzania, that figure was written.
We will come to Nigeria very soon, but let me also get your view on what's going on in Sudan. In Sudan, the RS Rapid Force captured a city that was more like the border between them and the military of the country, Al Fresha, I think. And they've been massacring of people. People died. People are calling it a genocide. More than 60,000 people left that place today. I think as of today, the report said 60,000. Why is it that it's not getting the attention of the media across the world?
Well, this Africa, everybody is focused on Gaza. Why the same thing that is happening in Gaza is also happening in other parts of the world, especially Africa. But maybe they feel that we don't matter. Maybe they feel that we are not important. That is to occupy the front page or the headline. Because
but genocide has been happening. Sorry, go ahead.
Genocide has been happening in Sudan for a very, very long time.
Yeah, but you are in the media. Is the media in Africa covering it the way they should? Like Nigerian media, they're covering what's going on in Sudan. Because sometimes we blame the foreign media. We blame the foreign media that they are not doing enough to cover it, but the African media covering it.
Well, through the African media is not doing enough. Just like Al Jazeera is focused on Arab world, projecting Arab world, we don't have any media organization that is doing that in Africa.
So how would that change? Whose fault is that? Is it the who? Do we blame the West for that again?
No, this is African problem, and I feel that Africa should have the capacity to solve their own problems.
Okay, so let's get to Nigeria, because Nigeria is in the news at the highest level here in America. We saw the tweets by President Donald Trump in the last 2 days. One was when he declared that Nigeria is a nation, a country of concern because of the killing of Christians. He also tweeted yesterday that he will think about sending troops to Nigeria to deal with Islamic terrorism. How is that playing in Nigeria?
Well, we have a government that shies away from responsibility. If you check what I'm wearing now, is in sympathy with the good people of Benue State, where a lot of people are being massacred on a daily basis by terrorists masquerading as herdsmen. Understand? So my threat is in sympathy with the people of Benue State, because as I speak, more than 1 million of Benue indigenes are in IDP camp. And what Nigeria government is now doing is building pooling units in IDP camps, which means that they're not to go back to their different communities.
So this action or threat of action by Trump, how is the government reacting to that?
Well, the latest information now by one of the presidential spokesperson is that Bola Tinubu want to meet Donald Trump one-on-one, but I don't know when that will be.
That he wants to, or that there is plan for him to meet.
That there's plans for him to meet with Donald Trump one-on-one to discuss the issue.
Yeah, but the issue has been in the news for a while in Nigeria. How are people divided? Are there people supporting, saying that there is actually genocide going on in Nigeria, and there are people who are saying that it's not. What do you make of that division?
Well, the issue is this: I don't want to believe that government is directly involved, but I can accuse government of inaction or negligence. I can accuse government of inaction or negligence because there's no reason why headers should be walking about with AK-47. There's no reason why headers should be walking around with AK-47.
Mm.
So
you
all
you
the
agree
farmers.
do you
Go
agree
on.
that there is genocide in Nigeria, going on in Nigeria against Christians?
I agree, but not directly. But government is not directly involved. I can accuse them of negligence or inaction.
Mm. So are the church leaders in agreement that there is genocide going on in Nigeria?
You know, there's even a division among the church leaders in the country.
Why?
There's a division among them.
Why?
But why this is happening? Well, or they are speaking, they have different sympathies, different interests. Understand? But why this genocidal issue against Christians? Why people are saying it is because most of the areas that these killings are happening are Christian dominated, like southern Borno, where Chibok is. Chibok is a Christian community. Southern Kaduna, Benue, Plateau, all these are Christian dominated areas, and that's where most of the killings are going on.
Yeah. Now in Benue, I know that you have a Reverend Father as the governor. How has been his reaction to this? What is his position?
For me, he's more concerned about his re-election than the killings that is going on in his state.
And what about the people in the states? Have they shown any kind of reaction that will say this is where we stand? We can't take this.
Well, I know that Tortiv, which is a prominent traditional ruler in Benue, has condemned what is happening because government came out with a propaganda that it was in one community fighting the other. But the traditional rulers say no, it is invaders that are killing their people. So it's only the Tortiv that has been able to speak out boldly on this issue.
Mm. So when you hear people say that it's not just the Christians that are being killed, other people are being killed, what is your reaction to that? Because that's what we hear a lot.
Yeah, other people are also being killed, but majority of people being killed are Christians because this is happening in mostly Christian-dominated areas. Mostly Christian-dominated areas. So that's why that's how did the conclusion come about.
Mm. Do we know for sure the people doing the killings?
I have said that it is terrorists masquerading as herdsmen.
All right. So and now Tinubu's government are proposing that they want to meet with Trump told that they will stop him from taking some serious steps, including coming into Nigeria to deal with the issue. Nigerian people, how are they reacting on the street? I mean, today, what are normal, ordinary people, what are they saying?
Well, it's been discussed in some circles. Some are saying since the government is not doing anything about it, that America should intervene. Some are saying that this is an opportunity for the federal government to stand on its toes. That's to stop being lackadaisical about the insecurity in the country. That is an opportunity for them to stand up. You know, he just got new service chiefs. So I feel, and with what Donald Trump is saying, they must start taking things serious. Earlier, I have told you that what's happening is negligence or inaction on the part of government.
Why people are trying to find out, why does it have to be this way, that it will take a reaction from Trump for the Nigerian government and Nigerian people to begin to seriously discuss this, that this is not normal, that people are being killed in the country and the government could not do anything?
You know, most Nigerians are like prisoners of war. Understand? Most of us are like POW, because you are not allowed to exercise your fundamental human rights. Freedom of speech and so on are not working in Nigeria. So a lot of people are afraid.
Okay, so let's go to another thing in the news. The issue of coup or no coup in Nigeria. There have been several stories out there in the media that there was an attempted coup, with newspapers reporting that there are lists of people who were penciled down to be killed. What do you know?
Well, the defense headquarters, the military intelligence, has said that there's no coup, but people are being arrested. Over 40 people, that's according to the information that you have now, over 40 military officers are now in detention. So it's just like saying there's no rain and everybody is wearing a raincoat.
So I like that proverb. There's no rain, but everybody's wearing raincoats. So now, so we are here. Where are these stories? These stories, where are they coming from? You know, details, including people collapsing when they saw their names on the list, where they got the money for the coup, and people, civilians involved. Where are the stories coming from?
Well, this story broke around 3 weeks ago, and it was, I think, Sahara reporters that broke it, but government responded by saying that the 16 people that were arrested failed exam.
Did you agree? Did you believe the government?
You cannot arrest somebody for failing the exam.
So
you cannot arrest for failing the exam.
Yeah. So why do you now believe what the Defense Department is saying, that there was no coup, that if we don't believe the original story? And I want to also connect it to the other story at the same time about Wale Edu, the guy that was Minister for Finance. When they reported that he was sick and he was flown abroad, they came out, the government came out and said that was not true. Later on, he showed up in the UK. So how do you believe this government, what they are saying?
Well, for me, Nigerians are all the time in the dark. Government is not allowing us to know what is going on in the country. At times, they will come up with a statement which they will deny tomorrow or distance themselves tomorrow. In the case of what they do, we were told that he was getting worse in Nigeria and has to be taken abroad, which is not a bad thing because as a human being, we do fall sick. But the issue is this: they always like to keep us in the dark. And when you keep people in the dark, they will begin to bring up speculations, which is very, very dangerous.
Okay. So the other thing in the news in Nigeria is there's election coming up this Saturday, I believe, this coming Saturday in Anambra State for governor. Have you been following?
Very well.
So what do you think will happen?
Well, for me, I see it as a one-horse race. That is, Sonudo is going to get his second term because what he had done in 3 years, his predecessor did not do it in 8 years, and you don't change a winning team. And Anambra has been an Abga state.
So what did he do in 3 years that is outstanding?
Okay, I was there when he did his 3 years achievement in office, and the number of roads that he has constructed and other things. And again, he said that he has never borrowed a kobo in 3 years, which to me is outstanding.
Now, his critics, they've been criticizing how the insecurity under him had been worse than ever in the country, in the states. And then the fact that there were abuses of people by government talks and sometimes security agencies. What do you make of that? Do you think you can dismiss that as some of the things his opponents are putting out?
Well, at times, his security outfit goes on a rampage, which I know they don't have the permission of the governor. His security outfit at times go on a rampage, which because there's no need for desperation. The APC candidate in governorship candidate in Anambra is not strong enough.
So
go on.
Are you saying that he's not ultimately responsible for what the people working for him are doing in the state?
No, as the governor, that's the box stops at his table, but the Sonudo I know would not tell people go and commit this just like the copper that was molested. They did that on their own. There's no way the governor or anybody in government can tell them go and molest a copper who is on a national service.
What about the so-called Akodo people? Did you see them operating in Anambra State when you were there?
Well, I see them, but a lot of the time, these people act on their own. I'm not Sonudo's spokesman. So I'm not trying to defend him. But a lot of the time, these people act without the permission of their principal.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be a defense that you can make. No, I'm not saying you're defending the governor, but as a media analyst, if you're analyzing things, we have to put that responsibility back to the person who is in charge, which is the governor. And if we don't point that out, the governor will not know that this is his responsibility and it's wrong and it's not acceptable in anywhere in the world, really, for people to be suspects to be beaten by security agencies, whatever they do, whatever is the crime they committed, you know. Is that getting through to the governor? That's my question. Is that getting through? Because you are influential. You are on TV. You analyze these things, and if you don't pass across that strong message on behalf of the people, I feel that there's a disconnect. Because I saw a video of the governor essentially defending the action, sort of saying that if people stop misbehaving, the Akodo people will not be doing what they're doing. The point is that it shouldn't be. People should not have a weapon like that and use it on people, no matter what the crime was.
I agree with you.
All right. So the other issue I want to bring up about Nigeria and the election is Peter Obi. Where is he now? Is he still running for president? Does he have a party? What's going on with him?
Well, Nigerians are expecting too much from Peter Obi. Where is he? Where is he? In 2020, Peter Obi joined the Labour Party in June of 2022. Peter Obi joined Labour Party in June of 2022. Which is equivalent of June of 2026, and but people are kind of desperate. Make your stand, make your stand. And Peter Obi has promised Nigerians that he will make his stand known after the Anambra State governorship election. That was his promise. And the Anambra State governorship election is next week. So let us see what happens afterwards.
So, but as an analyst, what is your take on what are the options? Because people are suggesting that the doors are closing in all the major political parties for him, and Labour Party is in a mess.
Well, there are 19 registered political parties in Nigeria as we speak. Before 2022, Labour Party was not a strong party. It was Peter Obi and the obedience that made the Labour Party what it is. I know that consultations is going on, and the politics most of the time is silence and secrecy, because people cannot attack what they don't know.
So you think this is part of his strategy?
I think so.
Okay. One more thing. Let's go to Nnamdi Kanu and his trial going on in Abuja. Where do you see things? How will it end?
Well, what I'm hearing, even though nothing substantial, because I'm in touch with Sowore's legal team. And one of them told me that what government want to do is for Justice Omotosho to convict Nnamdi Kanu. Then Tinubu will grant him pardon. Understand? So I don't know how that is going to work.
Yeah, talking about pardon, there were people who were granted pardon recently, and the government, Tinubu, pulled back on some of the pardons. Why? Why did that happen?
Well, many of those pardoned, their offense was state offenses, and some others, they don't deserve it. Like a young man that kidnapped Ozokome. That's Michael Ozokome collected 40 million as a ransom. This guy is not up to 40 years. So why are you pardoning such a person? Again, over 40% of the people pardoned were hard drug dinners. So this is sending a wrong message to about the government. And
so, go ahead, finish up.
And again, it is also demoralizing the men of the NDLEA who are fighting a tooth and nail that to make sure that these people are caught and brought to justice. Imagine when you suffer and arrest a culprit, government will grant that person pardon.
So why didn't they do their due diligence before announcing the pardon? How is it that they just announce anything and then when there's pushback they reverse their announcement?
Well, for me, that's why I say that the Fabwemi, the Attorney General of the Federation, should be fired for misleading the president, because he just brought the list and the president signed. There's no way the president should know everybody on that list. So the Attorney General and his team ought to have vetted the names there and make sure that they are qualified to be granted pardon. So they misled the president into signing that pardon and again going back to which makes him look weak and unserious.
There are some lawyers who are arguing that he doesn't have the right to reverse the pardon, because once you pardon somebody, you have done that and that person is free. That for you to go back, it means that you have judicial power. What do you think of that?
I agree with that, absolutely. Because as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, his word is final. So having even if it's a mistake, to me, the mistake should have stayed. He's not supposed to go back on his words or on his signature. That's my own opinion too.
Now, there were people who look at this and they feel that this is at the core of the problem in Nigeria, which is that people are not held accountable. You just said that the Attorney General should be fired, but apparently nobody has been held accountable. Is the media in Nigeria pressing on this accountability in this instance?
Well, for me, the grace that you have in Nigeria is social media, because the legacy media have all compromised. Because President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has on 3 occasions held meeting with Newspaper Owners Association of Nigeria 3 times. Understand? One day I sent a story to an editor of a newspaper in Nigeria. He told me that their boss said they shouldn't use a story that is against the president in Nigeria.
What president? This current president?
This current president.
All right. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we talk about your books, the work you do, the media in Nigeria, and all the other things that are related to that. And then we get our viewers to join us in a conversation with you. Again, thank you everybody for joining. We are talking to Dr. Peter Anosike, who is an analyst in Nigeria with Voice of the People TV and radio. right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. This first Sunday in November, we are having a conversation with Dr. Peter Anosike, who is a journalist, social and political affairs commentator, and a writer of several books, one of which is a Wall Street Journal bestseller, Dangote's 10 Commandments. Let's go back to your job first as a journalist, and you just told us an interesting story about an article you wrote that was not accepted for publication because it was against the president. People say that the media in Nigeria is compromised, that the media in Nigeria is bought. Is it true?
It is true. It is true.
Most of
the media houses, newspapers, are owned by the members, by the people in the opposition. I can name them.
Like which one? Because most regular people don't even know the owners of newspapers and TV stations in some cases.
But those people decide how the editorial will go.
So give me an example.
An instance, some newspaper is owned by Ojos Okando. Understand? You cannot condemn APC in the Sun newspaper. Then Nation newspaper is owned by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. National Mirror is owned by Jimo Ibrahim, who is a senator under APC. Tinubu is a shareholder in the Punch newspaper. On and on.
What about Vanguard? Guardian?
Guardian is owned by the Iburu family, and they are sympathetic to the ruling party.
So the TV, how is the TV stations? How are the ownership structured?
One, I can say the only two television stations that I can say is independent by the day is just Arise TV and VOP TV. And mind you, last year, Arise newspaper gave Bola Ahmed Tinubu the Man of the Year award. So you can understand what that means. That's Arise TV. Then Silverbird is owned by Murray Bruce, Ben Bruce. And Ben Bruce is a member of APC.
What about channels? Channels? Who owns channels?
Channels are working for the government.
So
channels are working for the government.
So what is the avenue now left for the opposition to air their views?
It's the social media.
Is the social media taken seriously in Nigeria?
It is social media that is breaking news as we speak, and people, and it is gaining a lot of traction.
Yeah, but are people taking the stories they break seriously?
Because when the legacy media are not doing it, just like the rumored coup was through social media.
Okay, now the other issues in the media, which is one is sponsorship. Ownership is one. The other one is sponsorship or financing. Newspapers in Nigeria, from some reports I'm getting, I heard that all of them, they don't print up to 100,000 copies. Is that true? Anosike, can
I
you hear me?
don't get you.
I
You say
heard that
what?
all the
I'm
newspapers in Nigeria,
not,
that the total print copies every day is not over 100,000. Is that true?
it is true because social media has and online medium has eaten into it.
How are they then paying for their staff? How are they paying for people who work for them?
Well, some are paying, some are not paying. In short, most of the media houses today are owing their staff, and some are laying off staff too.
You find people also talk about when foundations support media houses in terms of giving them grants. It's an issue that most Nigerians take offense at that idea. What do you make of that? Since the paper is not profitable and people are not paying to buy the newspapers and they have to pay people, they have some newspapers, they'll have up to 300 people working for them at this current time. Where would they get the money to pay? How are they paying?
That's why I say that most of the newspaper houses are owing their staff. Even some of the TV stations are also owing. Understand?
Now, yeah. Now,
Yes.
as I know that you are the executive director of Voice of the People, 90.3 FM radio in Lagos. How do you manage to keep it afloat?
Well, one VOP TV is about 2 years old, and we have to minimize the number of our staff so that we'll be able. And again, we are paying what we feel we can pay. Understand? We are paying what we feel that we can pay, and the owner is not a politician. So that is it.
I was watching Nigerian TV with a friend last week, and there were anchors on the screen, and he said that these anchors that they are taking home over 500,000 naira every day. I
Every
found
day.
that every day. I found that outrageous. But you are in the industry. What is the pay like?
Well, people are just struggling. That's the right word. People are struggling. I don't want to demarcate some of these stations, but even though the high and the mighty in Nigeria are owing, and with regard to media houses.
So, do you then think that Nigerian people are expecting too much from the media if they don't have the money to cover the country? Not to talk about if they can't pay the workers, they can't cover the country. So, for instance, if something is happening in Port Harcourt and you are in Lagos or you are in Abuja, you have to fly there to cover it. You have to stay in a hotel and then you have to go back. Where do they get the resources to do these things?
Well, I can say that is not happening. Nigeria is grossly unreported. What is happening in Nigeria is grossly unreported because the manpower to do that is not here because of how tough the economy is.
All right. I know that you studied philosophy in Nigeria at the UNN. Were you there when P2B was studying philosophy?
No, P2B was ahead of me, but it's his teacher that taught him that teach me too.
Or the same teachers that taught him that. So what is it like, the department of philosophy? What do you guys get? What did they teach you there in that department?
Well, P2B is practicing what he was taught, because in philosophy, we were taught beyond materialism. And that's material consciousness shouldn't be a priority to you. What should priority to you is a service to the people.
Yeah, but P2B is a billionaire. Are we questioning that?
His lifestyle, does he show a billionaire?
No, but at least he made the money. I was thinking that, they teach you not to make the money, that you don't need money, but obviously he made the money. So
no, and you make money to be of a service to people. What a hungry man needs is food, not prayers.
Okay. You also have a master's degree from UI in development economics. What is that about? What is that supposed to help us with in terms of I don't know development? What can you specify for those who do not know? What is the focus on that?
Nigeria is a developing country, understand? And a lot of things are not structured in the country. There's a saying that there's no poor country, but poor management of resources. So that is what how to using the little to get the most.
So will development economics will it suggest that we should borrow money the way we are borrowing money now, because we need to build our economy, expand the economy? Is that the kind of idea that you learned at UI? Is that the kind of thing they teach?
Never. Or the issue is this: one, there's nothing wrong in borrowing. The most important thing there is, what are you borrowing? What are you going to do with the money that you borrow? Understand? If you borrow and invest, it is good. But in Nigeria, what is happening is that government borrow to share. Understand? So that's what makes it bad. Really, there's nothing wrong in borrowing, but you have to borrow to invest, not borrow to share.
Now, in January, there will be a tax increase. The people who push for that in the government are saying that anybody making 800,000 naira a year will not pay taxes. This is how they frame it. And for most Nigerians, they look at it like, okay, we are not part of it, but 800,000 naira a year is about 66,000 naira a month, which means that people who are making minimum wage, which is 70,000, will pay taxes.
They'll pay taxes.
Why is it not clear to most people? I don't see the media analyzing this that way, pointing this out.
Well, on our own, we have tried to do it, because KPMG warned Nigeria government that you cannot tax yourself to greatness. So, and then when Tinubu was coming on board, he told us during the campaign that he's going to expand the tax net and reduce the purchasing power of the masses. And that's exactly what he is doing now. Because even the minimum wage of 70,000 naira, the value, when civil servants were earning 30,000 naira, they were better off than now, because inflation has eaten up everything. Understand?
Okay. Yeah. Let's go to some of your works, the books you've written. One of the ones that intrigued me was the book on Dangote, which is this one, Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money.
Yeah.
Lessons on how to make money from one of the world's richest men. It is one of your best-selling books. What do you
Yes.
make of Dangote and his impact on Nigeria's economy? Do you think it's a good thing?
Well, it is a good thing going by the way he started. In 2008, when Dangote was announced as one of the world richest men, because it took him 30 years to become a billionaire, 1978 to 2008. So that was when I interviewed him for the book, and I saw him as a very principled person, as a go-getter. The only area that I disagree with him is that monopoly does not help an economy. It is competition that helps economy.
You feel that he has these monopolistic tendencies in his approach to business.
That he has it because he has a large purchasing power, so can put anybody he wants out of business. It is not easy to compete with him in Nigeria.
Is he getting help from governments? The government? Is the government pushing for him to be the primary businessman or entrepreneur in Nigeria? Do you think from your own side?
That question has been coming on and on. The truth is that anywhere in the world, once you have more than 10,000 workers, government takes you serious. Government supports you. So that's the truth. And he has, as we speak, he has over 50,000 work people on his payroll. So imagine if such a person should go down, the number of people that will be thrown into the unemployment market. So not just in Nigeria, anywhere in the world, once you have more than 10,000 workers on your payroll, government will take you serious.
Recently, the Nigerian government just, I think Tinubu approved a 15% tariff on imported petroleum products, or I think it's petrol. And people are looking at it like this is to protect the Dangote refinery. How do you see that?
For me, anything in the downstream sector now, it's working on his favor, because it is only him that is refining in the country as we speak. We know that Bua, which is building his own refinery in Cross River State with over 450,000 barrels, is about 70% completion. So, but it has not started. So people are saying that Dangote should be protected and so on and so forth. But for me, it is competition that develops an economy, not a monopoly.
As a development economist, will you say that we need, like what happened with the cement industry in Nigeria and the role that Dangote played? Do you think it was positive or negative? Ms. Anosike, can you hear me? All right, I think we lost him, or it's frozen. We are going to come back and we will bring in our guest again, and then people who are watching who want to join us in this conversation with Dr. Peter Anosike, who is a journalist, analyst, development economist, and he has written several books, one of which is a new one that we are actually going to have him talk about, because it's actually connected to what is going on today in the world. It's called Abuse of Power. Abuse of Power, how democracy turned into Tyranny of the Few. That's his new book. When he comes back, he will talk about that, and then he will take your questions and comments on this Sunday, first Sunday in November. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Let's take a little break, and we'll be right back with Peter and Anosike.
Tó fẹ́ kú torí ẹ̀. Ọwọ́ ẹni ló ti ṣàánú kọ́. Ayé la bá, ayé la fi sílẹ̀ sí. Ọ̀nà èyí yóò.
I am adure lele, adure lele. Idu kwa samaka onyoma odika powder. Idu kwa samupu onyoma odika fomu. Idu kwa samishi onyoma odika pilu. Oh lo 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 lo, aturubu ebule wakamwa iwariwo. Ice. Rosa Olerio, Rosanna Olerio, Rosanna Olerio adikadimba. Adure Oleri, adure Olerio. Adure, aturubu ebule wakamwa iwariwo. Adure, adure lele, adure, adure lele. Idu kwa samaka onyoma odika powder. Idu kwa samupu onyoma odika fomu. Idu kwa samishi onyoma odika pilu. Oh lo 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 lo, aturubu ebule wakamwa iwariwo.
right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are having a conversation with Dr. Peter Anosike, who is a journalist, an analyst, and of course, a developmental economist, joining us from Lagos. Okay, so where we left off, we are talking about your books, and the new one is this one, Abuse of Power, How Democracy Turned into Tyranny of the Few. Where did that happen? where did that happen, that democracy turned into a tyranny of the few?
Even where you are, even where you are.
Are you sure?
Where you are, everywhere in the you can see what's happening in Tanzania, which in Cameroon, in everywhere in the world. But it's not a surprise at all, because Socrates, who lived between 470 to 399 AD, predicted the failure of democracy. Understand?
Mm. So you think democracy is coming to an end? Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah.
Do you think we are coming to the end of democracy?
Democracy is currently in an intensive care unit. ICU.
Why did it happen? Was it because there was no competitor anymore? You know, it wasn't like competing against capitalism. I'm sorry, against socialism or communism, or is that why democracy now collapsed, or something else happened?
No, because one is supposed to be the best system of government, but it is now being abused everywhere. It is now being abused everywhere. In democracy, as I said before, power belongs to the people. But today, power doesn't belong to the people anymore. In Nigeria, we had end bad governance, where Nigerians came out to make a demand. 10-point demand, nothing was done. Understand? So everywhere in the world, democracy is funded.
Didn't someone define democracy as the dictatorship of the majority? Ms. Anosike? All right. Our guest, the internet is frozen again, which is something we have to deal with. But I think at this point, I should bring in people who are in the studio. I will bring you in when next he reconnects. We will get a chance to talk to him, ask him questions about his books. For those who may want to buy any of his books, they are all on Amazon. This Abuse of Power, How Democracy Turned into Tyranny of the Few, is on Amazon. America, I'm sure it should be on Amazon, Nigeria, UK, and other places. Then there is the Dangote book. It's also on Amazon, and so many others that he published over the years. More than 10 books from our guest, Dr. Anosike. So we will continue the conversation and wait for him to join us again, because we are talking about democracy, but I think we may have to start with making sure we have internet in Nigeria that works, because other countries in Africa, including poorer countries, they've been able to overcome that issue of reliable internet. You can't have a functional democracy these days without information, especially when, just think about it, most people don't see a newspaper in a week. They don't touch it, they don't feel it, they don't get their news directly from the newspaper. If the internet is not functioning, That would be really a terrible thing. Like in Tanzania today, I just spoke to somebody who is in Africa, close to Tanzania, in Kenya, somebody from Tanzania, and they're saying that internet is off, that all the atrocities happening there, people, the world is not yet seeing it because they don't have a opportunity to share with the world what is going on in Tanzania. That in the next few days, when they turn back the internet, most people will be horrified at what happened in that country in the last few days as a result of an election, a disputed election. All right. While we wait for our guest to come and join us again, okay, he's coming in. I wanted to say hello to people who are here, but our guest is here. Anosike, thank you so much. I understand that connection issues in Nigeria.
I'm in.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. So
Yeah, I'm in.
okay, so I was trying to find out from you. You talked about democracy as the best form of governance, and people have said that democracy is simply the dictatorship of the majority. That if the majority are supporting something, it doesn't matter what the minority they are saying, and it could be majority that people that are bought. So, like in Nigeria now today, you have everybody joining APC. We don't know whether they are being induced. We don't know how the process works, but we are getting to a point where our majority of government officials are moving towards APC. They will form majority, and they can vote for anything, even what you don't want. How do you square that with the idea that democracy is the best form of governance? All right. We spent time. I think it was Obia that said we should, instead of demonstrating against police brutality, and we should start with light. Maybe we should start with internet. We should get internet right in Nigeria, so that we can have conversations. Let me welcome people who are here. Thank you, Righteous Man. How are you doing? Righteous Man, can you hear me? Okay, I was about to say that maybe when we have guests next time, they will go to Righteous Man's house and stay there for the interview, since his internet is so good. But
I can hear you.
You can hear me, okay? Okay, good.
Yeah, good evening from here.
Yeah, how are you, Righteous Man?
Fine. It's a beautiful Sunday evening right here in the city of Lagos.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. Thank you so much. Let me, while we wait for Anosike, I saw him coming up and he just dropped again. Let me go to someone I think I know who is here in the studio. I want to believe is my classmate. Let me see. Let's see if that is what I think it is. Steven. Hello? Oni? You are muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay, let me check.
Is this Oni Okodike?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Sure.
Wow. Nice.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Nice to see you.
Fine.
I went to.
How you do?
Good. I went to Futakura with Oni a long time ago. So it's nice to see you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Oni, you are in Plateau State. You are in Plateau State, Jos.
Sure.
Okay, okay. So thank you so much for joining us, and it's amazing. I will. I know we have to talk about the book you are writing, and maybe one day you'll be our guest on this show when the book is out. But thank you for joining. It's nice to see you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Welcome.
Comrade Omoyele, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Damages and other panelists. My greetings, my best regards to all our viewers across the globe, home and abroad.
Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure, it's always a delight, to be here. This is the only platform that gives people opportunity to air their views, hook, line, and sinker, no matter who else is God. Kudos to you, Dr. Damages. The only detribalized Igbo man I have known all my life. Thank you.
Thank you
Some
so
people,
much.
some people feel you are not Igbo enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
We
all
shall
right.
come to that later.
It's all right.
Maybe you have identity problem.
Yeah, I do. That's why I play funny identity every time. KJ, welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Damages, and I also want to appreciate your guest, even though it's off the screen right now. Dr. Anosike have been doing a great work in Nigeria. And then to Comrade, Comrade, you didn't think I'm tribalized too. I'm the same thing with Rudolph. If you doubt
I
me,
didn't know you were there. I didn't know you were there. I didn't know you were there. My apologies. My apologies. I didn't know you were there.
My own case even worse. At least, for Rudolph, they say stabilized. The North is not accepting me. The East is not accepting me. So I'm nowhere in between. So, so that's the situation we find ourselves in Nigeria. But I welcome all of you. I'm sure that Dr. Anosike, we do good. I mean, I listen to him. I've listened to him, and I know him, and he's quite apt. Rudolph, I was not surprised when he said the thing about the only thing he didn't add because he was trying to protect the Nigerian media space. The only thing he didn't add that when you are giving your ID card, they tell you this is your license to go and get your salary. If you don't get that's your business. Don't come back here and ask for something.
Wait. I worked in 2 media houses in Nigeria. Nobody ever said that to me.
You worked in a media house that had grant coming.
No. I don't mean abroad. I'm talking about in Nigeria.
I don't just want to mention them, but if one of the biggest media personality that works in AIT, I will not call his name. Okay, that was the only way he was being able to pay himself. He goes, does his interview, gets the money, takes off his salary, and then pays the rest in. I mean, I'm saying this and I'm calling AIT.
Wait. Pays what in? Do you collect money for interviews? What are you talking about?
Okay, now majority of the prime time news interviews in Nigeria are paid for. They are not guests.
Wait.
So the only time.
No. I'm hearing this for the first time. No, seriously.
I'm not losing. Just let me explain. The only time you don't pay is when the TV station invites you. But if you are Femi and you say you want to give us information, you pay for the time. You come in and pay, and they'll tell you. It's not just paying anything. There's a lay down this thing for it. I'll give an example. We case weekly this thing or monthly whatever. It's over 10 million that he pays for everybody going to be there. So that's why they can't afford to ask him questions. Even if they want to ask him questions, they can't because he's paying them. And as a journalist, that's a free money coming in. So why do you want
is he paying the reporters or paying the channel?
He's paying the channel.
Okay.
He's paying the channel.
For airtime.
Yes, you pay the channel for airtime, and then the channel will the channel will build in every person who's going to be there. If they're going to have 2 journalists, 2 cameramen, or 3 cameramen, or 1 floor manager, whatever they're going to, they'll build it in all into that. So for you as a producer, you know that at least that month your salary is secured. So even the person is going to talk rubbish, you want to let him talk all the rubbish, just like they allow Wiki around, insult everybody, But I'm sure that if he came to their program, they'll press him more than just allow him just drop whatever he wants to drop and leave that. That's the difference. And I think Mr. Anosike is on point. He just doesn't want to, he doesn't want to beat them too hard.
All right.
Thank you.
He's back here with us, and let's see if we can round up the comments and question session with him.
Dr. Damages, after you finish marginalizing also your old people, Abi, don't worry, continue. We'll soon know everything about you from Mr. Steven.
All right. Dr. Anosike, can you hear me? Dr. Anosike, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, let's go straight to the questions and comments. Let's start with Femi, who complained that he's been left out. Femi, welcome. You're first.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, sir, Dr. Anosike, because I know you're a doctor. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, he has a PhD from university here in America.
Yeah, first time I heard your name, it reminded me of this Peter Anosike, same name that was with the Golden Eaglet in '93, Japan '93. But that's on the wayside. Now, I do follow you candidly on Voice of the People. I typically will sacrifice my nighttime in furtherance of my interest in goings on in Nigeria. A lot of what you said, I typically would agree with, but I think I'll be hypocritical to want to agree with everything and anything anybody says without self-analysis. Now, my question has to do with the ongoing what's beginning to become like a debacle now, security wise, and it's been like that forever. Now, my thing is it that for you, um, it's more of general insecurity? Because I know we may have left out a couple of states like Zamfara and Katsina, and maybe some other states, even Gombe as an example, even Sokoto, that are mostly Muslim majority states. Now, I say this not to disabuse the fact that because Nigeria itself is a conundrum. It's a big, huge problem. And of course, while I do agree with the fact that the government is negligent, I am wondering, I want to tap into your brain. Do you think do you think there's nothing more to something that maybe seem to be opportunistic in terms of the US trying to find a way to come into Nigeria and actively participate in some kind of active neocolonialism? Because it's not like they're not doing it already. Because my fear is, yes, while it may give us the opportunity to straighten up, I do not think they know us enough, and they might have their own agenda. I just want to know what your opinion is when it comes to that.
Well, for me, I believe that
All right, it's going to be a long day. Anosike, we can hear you.
This is in African reasons. I believe that some of these Western countries are helping to contribute to the insecurity in some parts of Africa, especially for mineral resources. Check what is happening in Congo. And we have heard that what is happening in Borno State, that there are some syndicates, foreign syndicates, that are involved. So it's not just an African thing. Imagine Boko Haram that are now using drones. What does that tell you?
All right. Thank you so much, Anosike. Let's go to, I think, let me make sure I follow the sequence that people came in. Stephen, go ahead, you are next. A comment or a question for our guests. You're muted. Can you unmute yourself? Okay.
The line is breaking, Doctor.
Yeah, Stephen, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay, good. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just like the last speaker said, that there are concerns about the Western countries having interest in African mineral resources.
Or repeat what you said.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, just like the last speaker said, there could be a suspicion of the Western countries having interest in our mineral resources as an African nation, but then I still feel the leaders of the African nations should be able to put their house in order and avoid such kind of interruption and intervention from the Western countries. Once you can put your house in order, it reduces external interference in your house. So my take is that we should try as African leaders to put our house in order to avoid such interventions coming up anytime in the future.
So, Dr. Anosike, did you hear him?
For me, I believe as European countries have a NATO, Africa needs to have a standing army to fight against all these insecurities, like in Sudan.
All right, thank you, Stephen. So, Dr. Anosike, are you saying that if standing army is going to come to Nigeria, the Nigerian people will accept an African standing army to come in and help us to deal with Boko Haram?
for me, that's if it's agreed among the AU countries that we need just like what is happening in Congo now with the M23. If we have our own standing army, they can move in there and help to quell all these things. I believe that Africa should be solving their own problems.
All right. Thank you. Righteous Man, you're next.
Yeah, Dr. Anosike, good evening. I'm one of your listeners in VOP. And it interests me when you speak. You are one of the fearless journalists and the media personality we have in Nigeria today. So proud of you and your work. We continue to pray for the radio station and TV station. Now, my question is this. You've given Professor Charles Soludo a pass mark based on the things you've seen him achieve. Don't you think that Soludo is laying the foundation of the demise of ABGA? Being that he romances with the APC in the night and at the daytime is an ABGA person. Just like what is happening in PDP today, some individuals laid the foundation for the demise of PDP, which is not far-fetched. Don't you think that if Soludo wins this next election, he will certainly defect to APC, and then that will bring the demise of ABGA in Nigerian politics? Number two, do you think that a man who failed to put his house in order, who continuously and erroneously disturb the peace of others, but the neighbors cannot intervene to stop such disturbances? What is happening in Nigeria for the past 10, 11 years, 15, going to 20 years, we have been disturbed by these Boko Harams and insurgency. Don't you think it is good for those who think they can solve it to come and help us and sort our problems out? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, for me, I'm seeing Soludo as APC in spirit, but ABGA in the body. Because right from time, Soludo was in the economic team of Buhari. He was in the economic team of Buhari, and he has also been doing business with Tinubu. But ABGA has not really helped themselves, because ABGA has just made themselves Anambra party. They don't want to go to the national. Imagine their national chairman, from Victor Ume to Victor Oye, from Victor Oye to Sylvester somebody from the same state. So this is not how a national party should operate. And if Soludo, so that every Soludo may go over to APC, because if you want to aspire for a national position, you cannot do it under ABGA, because ABGA has knocked themselves inside Anambra State.
All right, thank you.
Then,
go ahead.
Then on the issue of Boko Haram, if now for the past 20 years, they started around 2009 when their founder was killed. Up to today, nothing has been done. Rather, it is giving birth to other different terrorist organizations. But the issue, there's no political will on the part of government to deal with these people. They are in the north, they are not being seen as terrorists, but as miscreants. So some people there take them just as wayward children. But I strongly believe if Nigerian army want to fight them squarely, Nigerian army can defeat them within 2 months.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Anosike. Thank you, Righteous Man. Let's go to Comrade Almori.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Damage. It's always a pleasure. Greetings to our guests. Dr. Anosike, you are welcome on to the platform, the people's platform, where we speak it the way it is, without missing words. Please, before I continue, without sense of humility and modesty, I believe in so many things you said that I will be hypocritical, according to my brother Femi, to want to assume that everything you said on this platform is right. And I want to quickly debunk some of the things you said. You are entitled to your opinion, though, but opinions are free. Facts, they say, are sacrosanct. You started by saying, I want to debunk some of the things you said, that power does no longer belong to the people. I think that is an erroneous impression. Anywhere you go in the world, north, south, east, and west, power belongs to the people. No other person can hold power. No politician, no dictator can hold the people captive if the people are not willing to surrender. And I want to also debunk what you said by saying government the end government protest did not end any result. No protest without result. It could be short term, it could be medium, it could be long term protest. Every protest all over the world always come with immense results. That is why the government is not comfortable when they see the people coming together to hit the streets. It is not good for their image. So don't be carried away with that erroneous impression that protest does no longer yield results. Another thing you said was breaking of the coup rumor. It was on social media. I don't know if it's out of hate for Sowore or his Sahara reporters. It was actually the brain of Sahara reporters. Another thing you said here was Peter Obi PO, the Labour Party candidate, joined the party in June of 2022, and that is equivalent to June 2026. I mean, it is moronic and insane for us to continue to do same thing and expect a different result. You know the consequences of that. In some areas, he could not raise the agent, and the way he won the election, the results were overturned because agents were not there to defend his vote. Is that what we're heading for again? And again, you said that people are expecting too much. Nigerians are expecting too much from Peter Obi. In fact, it should be the other way around. Nigerians' obedience have actually given too much from Peter Obi, and they deserve to know how their support is being managed. I don't want us to, people like you surround them, Mr. Obi, he will be making more mistakes. But Mr. Obi said he wants people that can, he doesn't want psychopaths around him. He wants people that can at least correct him whenever he's going astray. So I just want to put such corrections straight so that, Peter Obi is doing his best, but he's a human being. He's not an island. He cannot operate in isolation. So he needs variable advice so that he can move it from where he is right now or what he got in 2023 to the next level. If the dream of becoming Nigerian president must be a reality. Another thing you said that shocked me to my bone marrow was that am I missing that? I was jotting a lot of things, and it's enough to write 10 books. What you said today, if I have my time, that Peter Obi is not materialistic or something. Being materialistic is not a sin, it's not a crime. Even as a student, he said he was already a millionaire or a billionaire. So what could be more materialistic than that? So I am not here. This is not about Peter Obi today. And this is, I'll go to my question right now. You said it's always easy for us to blame colonialism, our problem of colonialism, new colonialism, Western imperialism, the bad political rulers, But we always try to blame the problem we cause, the damage we do to ourselves on daily basis. I give you a vivid example. Recently, Sowore felt the cancellation of the Kanu for 10 years was inhuman and was unnecessary. So he felt an injustice to one should be an injustice to all. He came up with the say, okay, if the people, if those in authority have learned to break the law over time, the people must learn how to bend the law too, to achieve what they want. Because
okay, Comrade, please round up so that we can.
Okay. I watch you on your. This is my question. I have a lot of reports to make on the utterances he made, but time will not permit me because a lot of people are waiting. I want you yourself, Mr. Dality, and Esther on the VOP. All you guys were doing, we're coming together on daily basis. You guys were not concerned about the objective and the aim of the protest. If we could help, if we could put those that are putting the kind of incarceration unnecessarily, if you could put them on their toes, if you could also garner some international support and local support. All you were doing on daily basis, we are more concerned about the organizer of the protest, which is Sowore, not getting the credit than the objective he was trying to achieve. On daily basis, you guys were organizing a campaign of calumny to discredit the organizer. I mean, you come here, you're blaming every other media houses except yourself and the other one, your own VOP and Arise. I mean, do you think what you did to Sowore, instead of focusing on the message, you focus more on the messenger, just on tribal, based on tribal and unnecessary sentiment? Do you think you were being fair to Sowore and his Sahara reporters? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to say something. Excuse me, sir. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Anosike.
Sowore has been my friend for the past 30 years. It means that the Comrade doesn't listen to my program. Even this book, Abuse of Power, was dedicated to Sowore. The book Abuse of Power was dedicated to Sowore, Chima Obani, Bekoram Sinkuti, and Bamidele Aturu. The book was dedicated to Sowore, and at the back of the book, Sowore made a comment. So there's no, and if you have been listening to my program, I said if I'm in Abuja, I will be part of the protest. I said so. I said that the Cuban revolution was led by somebody from Argentina, Che Guevara. So there's nothing wrong with a non-Igbo leading or the protest for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. This is what I was saying on air. So it means that you have not been following me. So what I have been, I said my book, Abuse of Power, was dedicated to Sowore. At the back of the book, Sowore made a comment. Understand? I and Sowore will speak almost every 3 days. So there's no way I can be against him.
All right.
Which means you're not part of what Dality and Esther were doing on daily basis, trying to castigate Sowore and bring it to more tribal, frivolities.
I am not part of it. I am not part of it.
Now, do you apologize?
All right. Thank you so much. Let's go to KJ. KJ.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Rudolph. Thank you, Dr. Anosike. I don't have any question for you really, because I followed your broadcast and majority of your activities, and I started listening. Why you were speaking today. My only thing is that I was laughing because you were being very, very careful not to, come hard on the media in Nigeria that have just chosen to be on the part of government. Kind of regurgitate whatever government says. No more in-depth analysis. No more even looking at. I'll give an example of the case of Nnamdi Kanu. They go to the court, whatever the court hands to them, they just read it out. If the court said today Nnamdi Kanu came without clothes on, they will just write, so Nnamdi Kanu was in court today without clothes on. And nobody cares to go and say, okay, let us even check to see whether it is true. So, and then you have been in this media circle. My question would then be, if I really have any, is why does even the simple things, the very simple things, I give another example, the genocide issue, that even it is the media, and I'm sorry to mention them, one of these reporters in Arise News, which you referred to, with the nightly episode, was even defending when the secretary of the Middle Belt Forum was in the program. He was the one defending the position of the somebody who is in the place where this thing has been going on for more than 10 years. He is even defending that what the guy was saying is probably not correct because, there may be a reason. So I find it a bit irritating. So that's the right word. When the media goes to be the ones to read. I understand again the policy of saying government don't want you to discuss it, but you can allow the people, your guests, to air their view, since it's their view, and other than trying to tackle them and even trying to make whatever they're saying to sound, like it's not important and just their own idea. I appreciate the work you do. Sometimes I fear for you people, because I know it can be this thing. But if you have anything to say, I just want to appreciate you. It's not easy. I know it's not easy. And you say and do, and you have family. I mean, the reason why I run now because of my family. I'm never ready to go. So, but you are very brave, and the way you tackle this issue, I want to thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right. Chim, you're next.
Good day, Mr. Anosike. So is it Mr. or Dr. Anosike?
Dr. Anosike.
Dr. Anosike.
Anyone.
All right, sir. I didn't watch you when you gave your expose, but I just joined when the question started. But I kind of have an idea where we are. So I have both a question and a comment, if I'm allowed. My question is this. Nigerians suddenly, everybody is screaming unity and conspiracy all over the place. So I keep hearing this conspiracy of an interference of the Western world, which is becoming the norm for us. We're reading one book or the other where there's someone is telling us how CIA is working or CIA is not working. But this is my question. One of the guys who was accused of this supposed coup against the current government, had been court-martialed in the army for selling ammunitions and vehicles and stuff like that. So is it possible that these drones that we say, or equipments, as it were, that Boko Haram has access to, that is willing saboteurs within the system selling or giving out national assets to be used against the nation? And it is not that it's any Western nation anywhere giving it to them. This is people in government willfully giving out what should be a national asset to be used against the nation. That's my question. Because I think, personally, I'm getting tired of pointing fingers at other people. Now, it now brings me to my comment, which ties into this. People won an election. And during elections, I know people always say, oh, this election was divisive. Elections are designed to be divisive. Once there is a division, two sets of people competing, it's divisive. It doesn't matter which part of the world you live in. Elections are divisive. It pitches one group against the other. So this comment I keep hearing is actually, I don't know what to define it. Elections will be divisive. What we expect is that after the elections have been won, the person who wins brings everybody together to say, okay, let's settle our swords. I am for everyone. We were in Nigeria in 2015. Somebody said he will not give people who gave him 7% as against, even though his math was wrong, there was a 95% versus 7% or whatever it was.
97.5.
97.5. Thank you, sir. Now, imagine that same person being in the saddle of office, for instance, and then a foreign nation wants to attack you, and he's now expecting the 7% to suddenly become patriotic and fight against the invasion. Because that's the same thing that is happening. Somebody won an election. He took it in bad faith that in what was supposed to be enclave, he lost an election. And since then, he's been going on a decimation of the group he perceives is creating problem for him in that enclave. Suddenly now, I'm reading all over the Facebook and everywhere. people are saying Nigerians unite. How are you going to unite when you use your hand already to create a division within the same country that suddenly people are coming to fight? Please explain that to me, because I see people coming here and nobody is reasoning to say, you know what, we created our own problems.
Dr. Anosike.
No, but the network.
We can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So, to start with, he said somebody that was the officer that was accused of the coup. Government has not admitted that there was a coup attempt. Government is yet to admit that there's a coup attempt. So, and since they don't want to admit, we pretend that or there is none. On the issue of 97 and 5%, on the issue of 97 and 5%, at the end of the war, Gowon declared the 3R, rehabilitation, reconstruction, and reconciliation. Up to, so more than 60 years or whatever, more than 50 years after the end of the Civil War, Igbos had not been reconciled into the mainstream of Nigeria body politic. So that 3R has not been implemented up to today. And when you check a federal presence, when you check infrastructural projects, when you check the number of states, that will tell you. Do you know that about 3 months ago, federal government approved 380 billion naira for irrigation projects? Southeast was left out. 380 billion naira irrigation project. Southeast was not mentioned. Understand? So the issue is this. Igbos have seen that politics is not favoring them. That's why they are focusing fully on their businesses.
So,
but what?
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
So what they are doing is killing national unity. When you are favoring a particular people and discriminating against the others, when there is war, you will not expect everybody that to come and all hands will not be on deck, because you've already shown favoritism. So that is it in a nutshell.
All right, thank you, Dr. Anosike. I wanted to push back and say what you just said about the Southeast not being mentioned in that project. When you have opportunity to interview lawmakers from the Southeast, what do they say? How is it that they sit down there and something like this will come across the National Assembly and is passed?
Well, because we have 15 senators in the National Assembly. That's in the Senate, 15 senators, 5 states times 3, 15. But these people are more concerned with the next election. They don't want to lose their membership of the juicy committees they are in. So they don't speak out on behalf of the people. They don't speak out for the people. Imagine 380 billion naira irrigation project. Only Southeast was not there. It is only Engineer Abaribe that is making an attempt to speak for his people. Others are just OES members.
All right, thank you. Chris, you're next.
No, good evening. I don't know if you're hearing me.
We can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So You know, when one of the highlights of Babangida's book is that Nigerians are badly educated, and he fingered the journalist as one of those badly educated Nigerians. So, and each time I listen to most of the analysts on Nigerian televisions and all the radio stations, it seems to me the kind of the way they speak or they analyze seems to me to confirm what Babangida is saying. And then I'm asking, how much of it is due to lack of intellectual depth, and how much of it is due to stomach infrastructure that somebody mentioned here ago?
I don't really understand a lot of things you said.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is that journalists have been fingered as one of those that badly educated Nigerians. And when you look at the way they analyze things, for instance, on issue for agitation or issue on ethnic nationalities, people always tend to say, "Oh, I'm detribalized. I'm not ethnic biased. I'm not this." In other climes, there are people they call some of these people that are ethnic bigots are called ethnic nationalists or called nationalists. Okay, so I am asking the question I want to know is if they do not understand, for instance, is it the reason why sometimes they try to go along with what the federal government or the government wants them to say? Is it due to the fact that they've been paid to say so, or is it because they do not understand the full meaning of what they are saying? So that they can disagree with what government is asking them to peddle along.
Well, for me, everything starts with the owner of the media house, the political leaning, the mindset of the owner of the media house, because you cannot go against the philosophy of the owner of your principal. So that's where that is where it started. As I said before, most of the media houses, I'm talking of the traditional media, are owned by politicians. And these politicians have vested interests. Those who are not owned by politicians, some of them are afraid that if they go against government, something bad will happen to them. So this is where it all starts. This is where it all starts. So talking about not being well educated, I don't want to agree with that because I've not seen any journalist in Nigeria without at least a BSc. I've not seen. What I feel is the problem is their principal, the owner of the media houses. Why I'm able to speak is because the owner of VUP is not a politician and he's not owing banks. Do you understand that? The owner of VUP is not a politician and he's not owing any bank. So AMCON cannot be sent to go and take over his business. So that's why we are free in VUP. But it's not the same in the other media houses. So they know what to do, but they are constrained.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Let's go to Ovie. Ovie, you're next.
Anyway, thank you for giving me that. Doctor, I wanted to judge a book by its cover before now, but I say, okay, maybe I just see where I will get access to the book. And the first thing that I noticed when I ordered for the book on your preference, there was 2 quotes. Let me just bring the. I don't know. Say doctor will call me now. So one of the quote now from our own Bishop Geoffrey Onoha, that's the bishop, the Catholic bishop of Isuka Diocese. He said, "A nation is doomed when its leaders are no longer afraid of the reaction of the people." Now, talking about how democracy turned to tyranny of the few, that is the book. So the next quote was that of a famous Greek philosopher, Socrates, who predicted a long time ago that democracy will fail. And in his exact words, he said, democracy must fail because it will try to tailor to everyone. And I'm kind of confused because you seem to agree with Socrates more than our own Geoffrey Onoha, which I believe his own definition is pretty much what democracy is all about. But we say you agree with Socrates because democracy will die because of his leniency. Again, that's so I'm kind of so where do you stand? What is your own definition of democracy? Because I think that the definition of democracy that we seem to turn against each other. My understanding of democracy is that any system that actually caters for the majority is what democracy is about. But according to Socrates, it's as if that's not the way to go because they are scared of some few people taking advantage of that. While Honor seems to say it's about the people. The elected officials should be scared of the people. And when it's no longer like that, democracy has failed, which is pretty much what I understand and I believe in democracy. So where do you stand? Because this is coming from your book, by the way.
Well, I stand with the bishop. In the democracy, those in government are holding power in trust. In trust, power belongs to the people. So those in government are just there as agents of the people. But as Secretary said, they are now abusing that power. So they are now abusing that power. They are now appropriating that power onto themselves to the extent that when the people want to make a demand, government will clamp down on them. So there's no conflict there. There's no conflict. Democracy is about the people, it's government of the people, by the people and for the people, but that's no more the case now. The power is being abused, power is being corrupted. Power is being abused. So what Honor has said is right. And what Socrates also said about people abusing democracy is also right. Because Socrates said that evil men will hijack democracy and will have the worst oligarchy that we have never seen before, which is what is happening as we speak everywhere in the world.
All right. Thank you, Ovie. Let's go to Stay Humble. Your question or comment?
Yeah, thank you very much. I joined late and I didn't listen to the whole interview but I have a question and some comments anyway. Yeah, so I don't agree really that the leaders of Nigeria are not afraid of the people, because we've seen several evidence shows that they're afraid of the people. We've seen them take frantic steps sometimes, do some things that are really stupid to try to allay fears, assuage the people, sometimes even add salt to the injury in the process. We saw what Red Omokri did the other day. So if you don't believe, if you still don't believe that they don't fear the people, that should actually make you believe, because they had to go to America. They saw what was coming and they had to send him, pay him a lot of money to go to America to import those people, and it backfired anyway. It shows that we are really afraid of, the people and the implications of some of their actions and inactions. But that aside, my real question is to the guest, Dr. Anosike, who I thought was the former footballer, the retired footballer, but yes, I had to do some more research to get to know that it's not the Peter Anosike that played for Nigeria. So what's the role of the media in, reshaping democracy? Because we've heard many times, people say that the media is controlled by the West in Nigeria, unfortunately, by the Southwest. And you see that control and, what they do with the control is not to the benefit of the people. It's just to either gain power, perpetuate themselves in power, stoke ethnic, tribal, and religious sentiments, etc., etc. And some people have argued that the East, the Igbos, specifically, should try and invest in the media. Do you think that's profitable? Do you think that's reasonable, for them to invest and counter the propaganda of, emanating from the Southwest? What do you think about that? Thank you.
Well, one of the big advantages that the Yorubas have over the Igbos is the media, because that's what we call the Lagos Ibadan press. This is what they have been using to manipulate not just the Southeast, even the North. And the Igbos are not that interested in the media, and it is affecting us very, very well. It is affecting us very, very well. The first Igbo man that's in recent times that owned the newspaper was late Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, but he used it to work for Obasanjo. Then Oji Uzokando, who now has one of the most popular Nigeria at the Sun newspaper, is a member of the APC. And you cannot use your medium to fight against your party. So we need non-politicians as business, as media owners from the Southeast, but they are not thinking along that line. And even in Nigeria today, for you to own a successful newspaper, you must have a three printing press. One in Lagos, one in Southeast or South, then one in Abuja, because of the state of the road. You cannot print in Lagos and they begin to carry to Sokoto or to Port Harcourt. You get there in the evening. So media, the traditional media is very expensive to run. And a lot of Igbos are more concerned with their buying and selling than investing in the paper, in the media. And it is costing us a lot. It is costing us a lot.
All right. Thank you. Stay humble. Mr. Anosike, let me ask you about books, your books. Where do people, apart from Amazon, where can people buy in Nigeria the books that you publish? Because publishing is another industry in Nigeria that is in trouble. So where do people get the books? Say someone wants to buy this in Lagos. Where would they find it?
The hard copies. The hard copies are at VOP office, and the VOP office is a airport going to the hotel, 42 Murtala Mohammed International Airport Road, Lagos. VOP office, airport going to the hotel, 42 Murtala Mohammed International Airport Road. That's where most of our books are on sale.
Okay, thank you so much. For those who, of course, you can buy it on Amazon. It's out here, and if you're in Nigeria and you want to buy. Let me ask you, how much does it cost? Like the Abuse of Power book, how much does it cost in Naira? Because there have been issues about the cost of books in Nigeria, whether it's out of reach for regular people in Nigeria. How much is it?
Well, in Nigeria here we sell 10,000 Naira a copy.
10,000 Naira a copy. Okay. All right. And you have one of them. The one on Dangote was Wall Street Journal Bestseller. What makes a book a bestseller? Because I had a lot of people ask that question when we had a guest here. What makes a book a bestseller?
Well, to me, it should be the number of patronage.
Okay, number of copies.
It should be the number of patronage, because Dangote is a popular man, so people want to know about.
Did you interview him for the book?
One-on-one.
Okay.
Yes, I called him on phone and asked him, what are those principles that have made you one of the world's richest men? He said I should come to his office. So I was going to his office then. At the time, Joe Okomma was his legal advisor. So after the interview, he told me that any chapter I write, I should give it to Joe Okomma to go through. Understand? To make sure that nothing will be against his personal or business interest. So it was a one-on-one interview. Okay. Then at the end of the day, I have to give Dora Kuyini that to write on the forward.
Okay, very good. All right, so I'll give one more person or two any follow-up question that they may have. If you raise your hand. Okay, KJ, go ahead.
Okay, Doc, I asked you a question. I think you didn't maybe hear me. I was asking, why do the journalists, even when you have a guest in the studio who is ready to tell the whole truth as he knows it, the interviewer now be the one pushing back as giving suggestions? Great interviewers like Charles and Nagolo did that, with some people, and I'm just calling Charles because I know he will not be offended, and he does a good work. But sometimes he pushes back even much more than trying to sometimes make the guest information or the interviewee make the person look as if the person is not being truthful or doesn't know much about what the person is saying. Is that also part of the directive from the NBC now? Because I know the NBC warned the station not to use certain words. Did they also say that they should make the people's contributions or suggestions to look invalid because the way they push back?
NBC has put fear on a lot of presenters. Understand? They have put fear on a lot of presenters. That's why after any program, you hear the views expressed by the analyst is not the opinion of the radio or TV station. So that is cowardice. So they are not free. They are not free. They are not free. So they don't want to go to the wrong side of NBC. That's the problem. So if an analyst is talking, they will be hushing you. Understand? Even when somebody called and want to make a statement, once they hear something that they don't like, they will put off they'll cut that person off. Understand? That's the fear that NBC has put on presenters.
Yes, since you're also from Voice of VOP, what's wrong? I'm asking a direct question now. Sometimes I see Esther doing that also. She pushes, and sometimes the stand she takes, is totally not in the opinion of the audience. but I see her pushing back, especially when it has to do with the insurgency in the East. She kind of tried to, always taking the part of government and standing very strong on it, even though she knows that those things that she's saying may not be true. So, is that a reason? Is that also the instruction you gave them to be doing in the VOP?
Not to be give them MBC, not me, MBC.
Okay. Okay.
It's not me, it's MBC.
Okay. All right. One question from Omoyele, just one. You have to round up.
All right. For those that feel my voice is too high, I apologize. That is the nature of my voice. I'm not shouting. I don't like to shout. It's just the nature of my voice. I apologize. And I don't drink, I neither smoke nor drink gogoro. So please, I'm not a wicked brother either. My last question is about the 2027. They said, okay, let me not go there. There is this people are afraid, especially the obedience. They are afraid that Peter Obi might not be on the ballot. And you just said Bill knows what he's doing. I also understand that he's a very smart man. But time is of the essence. Politics is neither a Romeo and Juliet affair that needs to be done in the bedroom, nor a secret court that needs to be carried out in secrecy. So people want to know. If people coming out, I feel the obedient folk will come out to tell you it's a strategy. I don't see that as a strategy because people want to know if there are strategies in politics, not the platform, not issues like platform where you want to run, because every politician, every smart politician want to make his platform very popular. Our time is of the essence, like I said before. So putting everybody in abeyance, in oblivion, in confusion as far as what is going to be his party, I don't see that as a strategy. Having said that, I think, do you think the way things are going, do you really think that is a strategy, keeping the platform to his case on the 11th hour? Don't you think time will be running against him? And what happened the last time will end up repeating itself? And might not be able to spread across the length and breadth of Nigeria, especially in the northern area. Because for now, it's assumed that we don't even have opposition. The main opposition we have today is Obi. And a lot of people don't want that obedient movement and the support just to die in natural death or to go into political oblivion just like that. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Peter Obi said he would declare his platform after the Anambra State governorship election, which is next Saturday, November. Understand? So after next Saturday, Peter Obi will make an important announcement. He has been engaging, he has been consulting. Understand? So, but mind you, I'm not his spokesperson. Understand? But he said that he will make an important announcement after the Anambra State governorship election next Saturday. So let us exercise patience.
All right, one last one from Stay Humble.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. Rare privilege, isn't it, to ask a follow-up question. Okay, so my question is about the recent happenings in Nigeria. Recently we've been inundated with news about some military coup, which I don't believe was ever planned. Yeah. So do you think, or don't you think that was staged? All staged to distract hungry Nigerians from the nagging problems, the sweltering poverty across the country. Don't you think that was just a staged distraction? What do you think about it? For Morui, I like to counter him.
Really, we're not having conversation with panelists. We're talking to the guests.
Okay, it's fine.
Thank you.
I'll
All right,
catch him
Doctor.
some other day.
Well,
Dr. Anosike.
well, for me, they said that there's no attempted coup, but people are being arrested. As of yesterday, we heard that over 40 military officers have been arrested. So if there's no attempted coup, why are you arresting people? And some time ago, we heard that the Abuja residents of a former petroleum minister, state, Silva from Bayelsa, that his house was raided. He was fingered as one of the sponsors of the coup. So, but for now, everybody is speculating. Nobody is really sure whether there's coup or not. So for me, I cannot say boldly there's a coup, and I cannot say there's no coup. That's my position.
All right, thank you so much. As you give us your final thoughts, let me ask you this. I'm looking at the stories in the news. Ndume, Senator Ndume, told the federal government to send Akinyemi, I think Bolaji Akinyemi, Kingibe and Ayoko to come to America and defend Nigeria's image. Meanwhile, Sheikh Gumi is telling Tinubu to recall, to break ties with America and summon the U.S. ambassador to his office and question him about what Trump is doing. How do you read that?
Well, I feel that the Senator Andy Ndume made more sense, because the three eminent personalities that he mentioned are people that Donald Trump can listen to, because we know that Tinubu has been avoiding Donald Trump for some time now. Tinubu did not attend the hunger. He sent his deputy to represent him, and hunger doesn't come to anybody by accident, because it is always in second Tuesday in September every year. But Tinubu was not there, and at the time, Naonu Akonde, the media aide to Oshiba, just said that Tinubu avoided hunger because of embarrassment from Donald Trump. That was what Naonu Akonde said. So now, will he be bold enough that to go and meet Donald Trump? So that's why Anin Dume is now calling for people who he feel that Donald Trump may want to listen to, because of their antecedents or the positions that they have held. For Sheikh Gumi is somebody who ought to be in jail in the last 10 years, serving a maximum punishment.
For what?
Well, if you have been following his utterances, then the last one was that the military should stop provoking the bandits. Imagine that.
Is that enough
the
to lock him up?
Is
that enough to lock him up?
That the military should stop provoking bandits.
Yeah. Is that enough to lock someone up? I know. I want to know. I mean, because when we open the door for that, I can say something now that people may not like, and they will lock me up too. Anyway,
well, for me,
while you give us your final thought, let me also mention that Mike Arnold, I don't know how that guy became an issue in Nigeria. He came out and said that Tinubu's response to Trump is deaf, dumb, blind, and suicidal.
I didn't get you.
You didn't get me. I said that Mike Arnold, the guy from America that came to Nigeria, responded to Tinubu's reaction to Trump's threats. That Tinubu's response to Trump is deaf, dumb, blind, and suicidal. Do you agree?
I don't really.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Anosike, for joining us today. We really appreciate your time. For those who have not looked at any of his books, there are about 10 books. You can find them on Amazon, or if you are in Nigeria, you can find them at the Voice of the People TV and radio station headquarters in Ikeja. Dr. Anosike, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
All right. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we will round up. Thank you again, everybody, for being here.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I know some people came in late. They didn't get a chance to interact with our guests, but I thank all of you. KJ will host the after show, which is where we can have the kind of conversation that Stay Humble wanted to have with Omori. So there will be an opportunity for that to happen, so you can challenge anything that...
Doctor, thank you for protecting me from Stay Humble. It's not humble at all.
Yeah. So, yeah, we will, you'll have opportunity to have that interaction about what the guests said and what other people said. Let me just say hello to Ike. Ike, welcome to the show. For those who do not know, the time has changed here in America. We moved the clock back 1 hour behind. That's why we started early. Some people who used to all starting at 1:30 found out that we are starting at 12:30 now. So until March of next year, we will be starting at 12:30. We didn't want to change the time in Nigeria because most of our guests from Nigeria, they are used to having joining us at that time. So,
Doctor, you mean until when they decide, the politicians here decide to get rid of that daylight and whatever saving time?
yeah, but if they want to do that, what about those in Europe? UK, they also have that.
I mean, but the US started it.
Oh, the US started it.
Yeah, it was for a flimsy reason too, and they're never going to change it. Apparently, they've been talking about changing for the last 20 years or so. And it's just
I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know that? Okay,
I didn't know who started it. But I know that it's not.
I'm just letting you know. It's for a flimsy reason too.
It's not. I know the reason why they started it, which was crazy. Well, but I don't think Trump will sign off on ending it too. But he will do anything to make people happy, which is another thing that people are not factoring in terms of
Is weather now, winter today, summer tomorrow. So.
Yeah, not just the weather. It's also about golf.
Oh, Trump is weather.
Okay. Yeah. He likes. I think he enjoyed the reaction of Nigerians to the first tweets. The first time he sent out that message that he's going to he's putting Nigeria on the country of concern. Even people did not know what that meant, even though the fact that when he was there the first time, Nigeria was under the same. So he enjoyed the attention he got from Nigerians. And Nigerians, millions of them all over the world, they sent tweets, they reacted to him. He said, oh, maybe I should do more of this. And he thought about how do we make this up, make it small. and then, of course, he's enjoying this time, and they are all enjoying it. Anything to, I just want to, before we round up, I want to thank everybody. I know some people didn't say anything. I'll get to you guys. But I wanted to make a comment today. Say nobody even said to support us and give us a small change to take care of the business we are doing here. But then they started responding. So I really appreciate all of you.
Ovie.
Thank you so much.
Not only Drasta hair will receive, or support us.
Thank you so much. Brick House Capital, thank you so much. Yesterday you were really there for us. This is very important. And I also want to mention, I had a friend who joined as a member. So you can actually join as a member of this channel. You can contribute $2, $1, $3, $10, whatever you have every month to help us. We can plan. We had some plans to hire reporters who will give us on the ground report, but we can plan when we don't have the resources to do that. You don't want at the middle of the month you start panicking. How do we pay people? So we really thank all people who are helping us. You may think it's not a lot of money, but they help. And if we have more people donate $3 here, $5 here, we'll be able to do more of the things that will make this platform better than what it is at this moment, and provide you more direct reports from people who are on the ground. You had the report. I always like when I bring journalists here and they will tell you with their own experiences, the challenges. He's telling you essentially that most media houses in Nigeria won't leave Lagos or Abuja to go and cover what's happening in Port Harcourt or in Sokoto or in Zamfara. And it's not because they don't want to. They don't have the money. There's no way they can afford to buy a ticket of 400,000 naira to send somebody from Abuja or from Lagos to your Ovie. Where are you from again? That village you're from. To send somebody to Ovie's village and then pay for hotel and feed them for 1 day or two, and then fly them back to Lagos or Abuja because something happened in Ovie's village. So they can't afford to do that, and that reflects on the quality of the stories we get, the news. It's easy to criticize the media. I do try to defend them, but it's always easy because it's one of those professions that anybody can join and become a media practitioner. But it's more than that, and there are real challenges that they face. All right, let me hear from Ike before I round up. Ike, let me see, Jefferson, the people that didn't get a chance to weigh in, and I'll see what they're saying. Ike, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. Mr. Damages, I didn't listen any of your program from your guest speaker today. I just signed in, so I didn't know what to talk about. Right? I did not follow. I did not listen. So
Okay. All right. Thank you. No problem. You'll join the after show. KJ will host a show coming up next where he will talk about what happened during this show. Jefferson, did you watch?
Oh, I didn't really watch. I just came in now, but it's thanks for having me. But from the caption, it says a lot. There's so much abuse has happened. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. First of all, I just want to say my submission is that, irrespective of what happened, we caused it for ourselves as a country. You know, we took a lot of things for granted, and now everybody is now trying to talk about how sovereign Nigeria is, taking away our sovereignty. And I'm like, where the hell was the sovereignty when they were doing all that nonsense? You know, I will continue to talk. See, some people need some sense talking into, really, because unfortunately, these things could have been avoided. We could have lived in a country peacefully amongst ourselves, respecting our differences, accommodating each other. That is what the so-called Nigeria project is all about, right? We tolerate ourselves, live, love one another, and go about our businesses. You know, we are so intermingled amongst ourselves, but yet it's as if it's being used as a tool for whoever political leader is there. And that has been the issue from one administration to the other. Even before this incident happened, if you notice, they have been destroying Igbo people's villages and other people in Lagos. And they talk and trivialize it and make it look like it's okay. Just like they were trivializing the killings of Christians. And then, of course, when Christians were speaking about it, so it's not only Christians, Muslims were being killed. But unfortunately, is it a good thing for people to be killed? Because last I checked, even during Jonathan's time, there were killings in the north. I was equally concerned. I asked other people what is going on in the north. They were telling me that Jonathan wasn't doing anything. But lo and behold, Buhari did 8 years. This guy is doing 2 years. They have not been able to resolve the insecurity. But they claim that, there's influence. So if there is influence, why is it that the security apparatus cannot be able to come out or try to do something, be proactive, to be proactive at least? They allowed this thing to resort to this extent. So at the end of the day, we cannot pick and choose. We cannot be going all over the world, borrowing money up and down. But when it comes to critical issues that have to do with us, and they say they need external interference into the country, you now want to pick and choose, and say, we are sovereign. That if they come in, they will attack us. That's arrant bullshit. I'm sorry to use that language here. Though that's my own little submission. I'm just saying it that for those who wants to now be the hypocrite and tell us that we are not sovereign, they are just deceiving themselves. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Obi, I'll let you say something. I think you were raising your hand.
Sorry, Jefferson.
We cannot hear you. Thank you.
Nigerians who do that kind of thing, emergency patriots. They are patriotic by emergency.
Exactly. Thank you, my brother.
All right. One more person, and then we will go. Obi is maybe he's smoking something else. So, Pansat, go ahead. Unmute yourself, Pansat. Are you on a mountain again? Maybe you're about to start a church there. We don't know.
Rudolph, you planned that, right?
I planned what?
What happened to Pansat now?
No, I didn't plan anything. Pansat, where are you? This is how he comes here every day now.
Rudolph, can you allow a counter narrative before you close?
From where?
From me.
All right, go ahead.
I'm the one that you marginalized earlier.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay. So again, there's always going to be varied opinions, and having one opinion doesn't help any one of us. I say this to say that nobody has all of the modicum of knowledge. There's always going to be counter narratives, and there's always going to be analytics to back it up, irrespective. as much as I align with the narrative that, as a matter of fact, let me go this way. They say, the English say, two things can be right at the same time. You can walk and you can do the thing at the same time, and the two things can be right at the same time, right? As much as we have internal issues, just like every other country, well documented, and we've truly not solved it. No thanks to the leaders, and even in a lot of cases, the followers can be saboteurs too, whether inter-religious, intra-religious, or what have you. Now, a lot of what's happening is valid. Some of us, like myself, it's not even a matter of whether I'm detribalized or not. I've said it over and over again, that there are things that would happen even within my ethnic that may happen from Yoruba people or a Yoruba person like Tinubu that's there right now that I'll criticize. I don't even like him. It's not everybody that can do that. And I'm not saying it because I want to be friends with anybody. I just want to be clear on that. My point of deviation is, and this has nothing to do with sentiments, but because just like a lot of us, I've been affected in some ways as well, deeper than some people would know. I lost a brother as well because of stupidity of a lot of things that's going on in Nigeria. But that said, where I kind of disagree is the fact that as much as I agree that this has brought this thing to the fore, and I'm happy it's brought it to the fore, America or the West, they all have their own issues as well. And in fact, they're part of the reasons why a lot of this, I'm not trying to blame these people, but you cannot say they're not part of the reasons why we're the way we are. After all, were it not to be part of the problems that we're facing when it comes to insecurity started with the killing of Gaddafi. There's a lot of things we can trace to certain things that have happened prior to now. Does that mean that we should not have solved that problem? No. But even this same America that's tried, or Trump or whatever that's coming to try to save us, we know the kind of things that happen even within the US and the kind of global things that are happening. All of these things are tied. That's what I'm saying. And where have you seen, I continue to say, where have you seen that these people go to? Some of these people that are these neocons that are supporting backing these things up, because these things are deeper than what we think. Where have you seen? How many places have you seen that they've gone to and have come out and have become better? Libya is a case in point. Look at DR Congo. And I'll end this way. The fact that Nigeria is a major player, whether irrespective of our stupidity, when it comes to Africa, why would they not go to other places? Why are they not talking about going to Sudan? Why are they not talking about going to Guinea-Bissau or Equatorial Guinea or Cameroon? I mean, there's a lot more to it than this. It's not like I'm totally disagreeing, but I just fear for the kind of things that could happen. We've seen it. They're examples. It's up to us. Nobody is going to change. If we want to disintegrate, let us disintegrate. But we have to decide what we want to do to change things by ourselves. Otherwise, we're going to perish for no reasons. They don't like us like that. Let's not fool ourselves. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, Femi, thank you. There's someone, one of these Nigerian leaders, I forgot the name, just was pleading with Nigerians to come together and stay together. Don't let them divide us. I'm like, okay, so
yeah, that's the stupid boy who Buhari gave who otherwise would have been a Messiah, who Buhari gave authority and is talking rubbish.
Who was that?
He used to be Buhari's PA. He's Buhari's cousin, but he was more powerful than even the vice president.
Is it okay, I know the Tunde. But
here's my pushback. If you allow me to Femi, look, this is the argument that we should be looking at. What's going on in Nigeria now? Did America cause it? America didn't cause it. I'm coming. Hold on, sir. You spoke very well. I agree with you, but I want us to see the other side. You said there's always two sides to an argument. Now,
America has been on their own under Obama's time. Obama actually was the enabler.
I'm coming. Okay?
Sorry to interrupt.
They were sitting on their own. You had 10 years, 10 good years. You organize what they are saying now. Do you know Buhari, Rotimi Amechi, what's his name now? Bola, whatever. Bola, the president now. And one or two others went to see Obama. They went to see Obama to ask that Obama takes, declare Nigeria, whatever Nigeria become now. I have a picture of it here. Okay, they went and said Obama should intervene in Nigeria, and Obama did. You and I know how the story ended. Okay, let's circle a little bit backwards. When this other last guy came into office, the guy who went there, Anthony Blinken, who went to Nigeria to remove Nigeria from being a this thing, what was the reason why he removed Nigeria? Do you want us to go there? These are facts that are on ground. Okay, now are we as Nigerians, are we thinking we want America to come to our thing? No Nigerian who wants that. But which one do we prefer? People to be dying every day? Do you know that the people who have been killed in the war places, which we saw us coming and quote, is less than the people who are being killed every day in Nigeria? 35 persons die every day.
But at the same time, can we agree that they are the reasons? These are the West is part of the reason why what has been going on.
I'm still coming. See, we are talking about
going on. That's what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just the fact that I don't think they're the solution. I like the reawakening. I'm not disagreeing.
Maybe we'll not be able to end it now. We'll end it another program. But let's touch a bit. Mm-hmm. Who is going to the West to ask for AIDS? Maybe us. No, are we not the one creating that transnational institutions that are coming to show us how to do our farm that are
you think I'm disagreeing with you? I'm not.
No, I'm simply saying that we provide all the avenue.
I agree. That's why it's going to be up to us, not them.
So let us elect people who understand geopolitics. Let us elect people who understand geopolitics, who can be able to bring to the table a reasonable discussion.
Yeah. I didn't know, based on Femi's analysis now, that Nigeria has common border with Libya. I didn't know. I just discovered now after he said that.
You did not know how the arms came from Libya into Nigeria.
Femi, hold on. Femi, hold on.
I agree. Don't be condescending.
I'm not condescending. Let me speak.
No.
Can I speak?
I'll let you speak, but don't be condescending.
I'm not condescending. Thank you. Yeah, there's Libya, there is Algeria on one side, there is Egypt on the other side. None of those nations has accused Libya of being responsible for their insecurity. But from time of Buhari to today, Libya is responsible for our insecurity. Libya is responsible for our insecurity.
It's one of the reasons, but it's one of the reasons. I'm not saying that you're picking and choosing, though.
I'm not picking and choosing. If Libya is responsible,
I give examples. You're not wrong.
If the dismembering of Libya.
However, I'm giving examples of other things.
Let's have a conversation.
All right. You know what? The conversation. Hold on, guys. The conversation we're going to have it. KJ will host it in the next few minutes. So,
Doctor, can I say something quickly?
Let me just mention two interesting things on the same issue. We have a general in Nigeria. His name is FFK, Femi Fani-Kayode. He just sent out a message. He warned Donald Trump to do your worst. Wait now. Do your worst and let the Lord strike you down. FFK. In America, a general by the name of the Minister for Defense, the Secretary of War, told the President Trump that we are ready for action in Nigeria. So it's heating up, and I hope everybody will go over to the next. Omori, go ahead, and that will be the last one before we.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Damages. Please, valid arguments on both sides, very, very valid. But let's not die in their war. See, plus left and right, Nigerians will not benefit anything because Donald Trump and this idiot we have as a political leader, they have something in common: transaction. The one on one side is ready to give any condition, to back up his threat, and the other one on the other end is ready to give anything up, so long as he retains that seat. So at the end of the day, I don't see a win for the citizens that have been traumatized over the years. So let's be careful. Let us not die in their war. Let us watch as events unfold and see how it's going to end. A threat is coming from somewhere. The man wants everything, interest is involved. political, economic, and whatever interest is involved, no doubt. But then, can we continue to blame the failure of our leadership on what, I mean, we have given them the right to do whatever they want to do to us. We're supposed to be a sovereign nation. But we have thrown our sovereignty to the dustbin. So you blaming people for threatening us to get what they want from us. Both of them are businessmen. Nigerians will be worse off for it. Thank you.
All right.
Can I just add something to what Comrade said, please?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So people make it look like this is the first time a superpower has asserted influence on a not so superpower like Nigeria. It's not. When Obasanjo was in office, the one good thing before now that our governments have done is that we have refused to allow the Americans have a foot on our ground in terms of having this military base. It has succeeded so far. But let's not forget that when Charles Taylor was needed, they asserted influence on us and we gave him out freely. So if today, this man making this noise will force this leader somewhere, whatever concession eventually made, and people in Borno stop dying, people in Plateau stop dying, people in Benue stop dying, if that will work, please let it work. All we want is that let there be peace in Nigeria.
You see this thing with which he has gone to America. He's almost on his way to America already. A threat was issued yesterday. The jacket power of this world, the Oga is already on his way to America to tell you how strong the threat is. So if this one will stop the killing, kudos.
It's okay to stop the killing, but I don't want to be the one that wanted to say I told you so.
Wait, is he on his way to America?
Yeah, I just wanted to find out. He just saying he's on way to.
Yeah, they're arranging a meeting already. He's begging. He's on his scene begging already.
Oh, but
they're begging for a meeting to meet with Donald Trump.
No, wait. He's not flying. There are two different things. I know they are arranging a meeting, but he's not flying to America as we speak.
I say he's almost on his way to America. He's begging for a meeting. He's begging to give them the way to come. You know, he's begging already.
Of course.
Which means the threat has started working already. Even before the strike. The threat has started working before the strike.
Just like APC had people lobbying for them pre-2015, the current opposition in Nigeria also have people lobbying for them, trying to make this noise. We've given room for that.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation.
All right. One more. Let's hear from executive producer. Sure. So you're muted. You know you're using high tech, but
the show the show is on. Let's have the show, please.
No vex. Nah, IT issues. I shouldn't say that, but
Sure, good to see you.
That was a glitch on the mic.
Good evening, Rudolph. Good evening, everyone. I was rushing to join. It's very busy. Sunday nights, preparing for work, the children and all of that. But I was like, I need to join this thing. Because last night, I missed Forefather. Well, I didn't miss it. I don't usually watch it because it's quite long. But this morning I woke up and I watched the last 2 or 3 hours. And I found it quite interesting, the conversations. And I thought, why did I sleep? I would have loved to join. I saw him, joined, and they welcomed you like a like a lost long brother. Quite interesting topic. This America, Trump, putting boots on ground and all these things. While I've listened to many people, I think both sides have valid points. And when I speak, you probably see me lean to this side and lean to this side based on the way I'll just talk about it in the next 3-5 minutes. But something that I picked out from listening to our people on this channel is, in an attempt to win arguments, we use words, probably because it's not English, it's not our first language. We tend to insult each other a lot, or one another. You're delusional, you're naive. I mean, how do you talk to another grown man and say he's naive because he has a different political opinion or he views things differently? Different people have different experiences. So even in your attempt to educate them or to win them over, except our goal is not to educate and work together. And I'm not saying, walk around like fairies around each other. We are men, we can talk to each other, but it doesn't have to be rude. Maybe that's the way you talk in America. On this side, we're gentlemen. So you just, I hear things, and I think it's an opportunity to educate. And some of us are missing that opportunity. I don't want to say everyone. We're missing the opportunity to educate people. There was someone who joined yesterday and said, they've taken history out of our classes, and that's part of the reasons why people probably make choices they make. So if we're all aware of that, and we know that it is beyond the 10 of us on the panel, because this panel can only take 10 people, if it's beyond the 10 of us, and it's about the people listening to us across the world, it's an opportunity to educate them. So if you know they've missed out on history and you've been opportuned to know history, you've researched, it's your interest, you know more, how about you educate people on the dangers of America coming to put boots on ground? Yes, you can say, oh, Libya, oh, look at this, but some people don't know all these things you're talking about. So, for instance, I was thinking if I had the time, I might just do like a series. I've seen some other people do series like this on YouTube where they just read books. So this sort of book, it's a very small book. It contains 48 small stories. How big is the book? 1 page, 1 story. In most cases, 1.5 page, 1 story of what America have done across the world, stretching back years ago. So I can decide to do a series on this, on the dangers of having America to come and help you. That would educate people. I will just read the book. I won't add my comment. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but it's something we can do. Most of you, if you pick up these stories now, so invading Grenada, destroying El Salvador, destroying the Chilean democracy, you would read these stories and you can tell people and say, see, when America went to this place, so this is what happened. Now, Google that country. How well are they doing since America went there? Then, you've helped people to educate them, to enlighten them. But when we come and we just say, oh, you are very naive, you are foolish people, oh, you should perish, oh, you people, I wonder for you. So all those sort of things will not help, because as a man, we all carry our egos around intact. If we don't carry anything, we leave our homes with our egos. So the fact that the first thing you said to me is, I'm naive, I'm stupid. Everything else you are saying after that, forget it. It's not going to wash with me, because you've just come to insult me and people who think like me. And like Rudolph would always say, any point of view that you hear on this channel, there are hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, who believe the same thing. So shutting me down, calling me names, won't take that away, that view. You might shut me up, but there are millions of thousands, like hundreds of thousands, people like me. So I think we can all do better. And also on this issue of America, so where I stand on it quickly, for the people who are saying, let America come, and I've seen a lot of, when I say people, I'm talking about our panelists, they've referred to the people in Benue, in the middle belt, that have you met some of them that have lost family members? Some of them have lost everything that they own. If you ask such a person that America wants to come, even if you read this book to them and better books, they will tell you what is the worst that can happen. The worst has already happened. So if I can't have it, let nobody have it. Let it all blow up. That's what they would say to you. And that's the point some of you are not seeing. You can't tell somebody that's lost a father, a mother, brother, sibling, cousins, wiped out, that they just survived. And you're telling them, if America comes, it will be worse than Libya. They will tell you, what is Libya? They're already on the ground. They are not afraid to fall. So what I see happening, I might be wrong, is, and I know I might commit the same sin I've accused people of, I think it's the selfishness in us coming out. Because I see the vigor with which we debate this particular topic. You know why? Because it might affect you. If they put boots on ground, it will go beyond Benue. It might affect Lagos. It might affect Port Harcourt. It might affect the places you have interest. It might affect your family members. And that is why a lot of us are interested. You might not know it, which is something we've done over the years in Nigeria, the middle class, where we failed big time. When there are no schools, we don't advocate enough for good schools, because we can provide schools for our children, private schools. When there are no good hospitals, we don't advocate for it enough. I'm not saying we don't, but not enough, because we can pay private or fly our parents abroad. When there's no security, I was in Nigeria recently, it's pay to play. I think it's 50K a day or something like that. You get the police with a gun and follow you around. People have Megad, looking after their houses. So we provide everything for ourselves, and we don't care how the other people suffer. The NSAS thing happened because boys who could drive Mercedes, who owned Apple laptops and Apple phones, were being stopped by police and extorted. But police have been extorting Danfo drivers for the longest, and you drive past it every day, including me, and we just carry on with our business. We don't talk, but the minute it affected us, because they went after iPhones and laptops and Mercedes-Benz And all these upgraded 2002 cars that are looking like 2022 cars, when they attacked that, it touched us, then we did NSAS. The minute it doesn't affect us, we talk about it, you know, now we move on. And we say it's distraction. It's small news. But now that you know that America might come, and when they come, they're not going to your water. They would attack where it would hurt you. It's unconscious bias. So all of a sudden, everybody's interested. And we are discussing it. Don't let them come. They will destroy Nigeria. For the people in your water, Nigeria is destroyed. It's nothing. It's ashes in their mouth. Do you think they care? They don't. They can't have it. They cannot enjoy it. So for them, bring America, let them destroy everybody. Because they are already destroyed. What you are afraid of that America will do, some people are living it in Nigeria now. They are IDP camps. And we are not at war. And you are telling such people that there's a danger coming. What danger? There's nothing to fear. They don't fear anything at all. You are the one that is afraid that America will come. Now, don't take that as me saying America should come. That's why I said I would veer here and I would veer there. But for such people, you cannot tell them, oh, we are desperate people. All these things I had last night, or this morning when I was listening to it back, you know, I had some of the panelists say, we're desperate people. We're making desperate options. If somebody is at sea and they're drowning and a pirate ship goes by and drops a sword, a very long sword for them to pull, this is somebody that is drowning. The sword will cut their hands. It would even, the blood would attract shark that might kill them quicker than the sword or the bleeding. But do you think they would think about it and say, it's a sword, I'm not going to hold it, let me just drown? They know it's a sword, but they would hold on to it, hoping that it would save them. You won't think and say, this is a sword, let me wait, something else will come. You're drowning. You're at sea. So that's the situation. That's the reality of thousands of Nigerians. And let me end on this. Why is this annoying Nigerians? More than it annoyed them when Jonathan said to Obama, we are the most populous black nation in the world. Solve our insecurity problem, and you solve the insecurity problem of the black race. Jonathan said that as the president of Nigeria to Obama. Obama looked stunned, like, is this man crazy? Your current NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, after he took office, he said to Igbo man, I sent that video to forefathers, he played it when it happened, and he almost lost his mind, because you know things like that annoy him. Nuhu Ribadu, National Defense Security Advisor, whatever his title is, he told Igbo men, he said, come and help us so that we can live like normal human beings. We want to live like normal human beings. Come and help us end insecurity. And they've answered your call. And you are blaming people on Twitter that they invited America. I don't want to say rude things. I'm at the point of saying rude things. Nuhu Ribadu invited them. Do you know his position? He told them, come and help us. We want to live like normal human beings. And all of a sudden, you're blaming people on Twitter. No, you invited them. They've answered the call. Go to Nuhu Ribadu and cry. Don't blame the small guy. We are so fond of finding the small guy to blame. Somebody who steal chicken, you kill him. The same politician that caused the poverty, the hardship, will drive by, you hail him. What is the problem? Go for the source of the problem. I don't want America and Nigeria. No. I know enough. I'm not like JD. I don't know geopolitics like that. But I know enough to know that it won't end well. But that is a selfish point of view. For some people, they want to blow everything up. If I can't have it, you shouldn't have it. What are they going to steal in Zamfara? That the poor boy in Zamfara would. What difference does it make to him if it's America taking it or the Nigerian people, politicians taking it? It doesn't matter. I can't have it. Let nobody have it. And I would sign up for that if I was in their shoes. Let us blow up everything so that nobody has anything. But because it will come near you, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Kaduna, all your refineries, your pretty things, your land, your house, Magodu, Lekki, phase 1, phase 3. It would affect all of it. And that's why you're worried. So,
sure, take a bow and go, please. Take a bow.
I don't know if there's anything I need to add, but I just wanted to add that. So,
thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. A good way to end the program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Sho, and we appreciate you. And everybody can go over to the next, which is where you can have a further conversation. I want to thank all those that came in today and join us. Thank you, Sho. Thank you, CM is here. Okay, CM, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Chim. Thank you, CM. Thank you, Ernest. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you, Femi. Thank you, Jefferson. Thank you, Ike. Comrade, Omori, thank you. Ovie, thank you so much. I really have to run, but I appreciate everybody. Those that supported us, thank you so much, Jaja. And I will see you next Saturday with our normal, have your say 247. And a new guest for Sunday. I don't have anybody yet at this point, but we are going to have a new guest on Sunday. And then on behalf of everybody behind the scene helping me, the staff here, thank you all. The executive producer, you guys can see him. He's here. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate everybody. See you next Saturday. For Nigerians who are excited that Trump is coming to save their ugly behind. How did that Sari Dokubo say it? You are a woman. You are a mumu woman. All of you. You see, Trump doesn't give a damn about you or your disgraced shithole country. Trump doesn't care. The earlier you get that into your blockheads, the better for you. Yes. What Trump did in the last few days was to execute a perfect coup in Nigeria. Write it down. The West had always loved that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu grabbed and snatched his way to the presidency of Nigeria. They loved it. Yes. As someone so compromised by his past life in Chicago, they loved that he will be a good boy, or else they will open book for him. Hey, you don't want that to happen. Tinubu does not want that to happen. So far, Tinubu had been a good boy. His assigned handler, Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, had been impressed. He has been saying good things about Tinubu to leaders in Western capitals. But recently, since Trump came back to the White House, Trump, like Oliver Twist, wanted some more. He wanted some more from Tinubu. Trump wanted the gold in Zamfara. You know, he likes gold. And the rare minerals in the northern part of Nigeria. Trump also wanted a piece of that gas pipeline to Europe. It is a very important part of the plan to contain China and Russia. You know? So what did Trump do? Trump simply asked what his Justice Department has on Tinubu. What do you guys have on him? And the files landed, quite a lot. Trump was offered Tinubu's balls on a platter of gold. Squeeze it and he will jump as high as you want him to. And trust Trump. He loves to grab them and squeeze them. But there was a small problem. To make the plan work efficiently, effectively, Trump needs to persuade the American people to buy into it. What could he do to persuade a significant portion of Americans to support his master plan for Nigeria? What? And that was when the Christian genocide gift landed on his desk. Oh, yes. Trump saw the pictures. No, not the ones that Catholic bishops took to Washington, D.C. No, not that one. No, not the ones that IPOB members shared on Truth Socials. No. Trump saw the raw footage from U.S. drones flying over Benue, Plateau, Kaduna, Adamawa, and other killing fields in Nigeria. He saw them. He saw the killings, the burial. That was all that Trump needed to strike. The Christian genocide was a perfect gift. It assured Trump of the support of millions of Americans and Nigerians at the same time. A perfect coup. That is what it's all about. If you doubt it, go and read the Act of the Deal. Unfortunately, you people don't read. You don't read. Here is what will happen next. Yeah, because we are moving on. This is what will happen next. Tinubu will lobby until he gets his way to meet Trump. It's already happening. With Trump holding him by the balls, Tinubu will sign whatever deal Trump places in front of him. Anything, he will sign. Just like Zelensky did. And Trump and Tinubu will all smiles come out in front of the media and smile and shake hands. And Tinubu will return home claiming victory, while his tail has been chopped off a bit. If Trump really wants to help his beautiful Nigerian Christians, he should simply give them a visa and a green card to move to the United States. The same way he's giving visas to white South African farmers. Imagine the kind of hero Trump will become if he relocates all Nigerian Christians to the US and leaves that shithole country for Muslims to inherit. Imagine that. Now, that is how you know someone who cares. Nonsense.